What is up, world? You have reached the Know It All podcast, and you're here with your main man, Mod. And definitely, this is one of the Mod's moments that near and dear to my heart, man. A lot of people say old heads romanticize the past, and we get stuck there by watching, things from the past and a whole bunch of things from that we remember from our childhood. But watching this Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight just reminded me of and should remind us of how we love seeing the best on best, man. Something called super fights. I grew up hearing about Ali Frazier, about Ali Foreman, and how great those fights were. And as a youngin, I got an opportunity to see Hagler Hearns, Leonard versus Hagler, Leonard versus Duran. That was boxing, man. It was the era of the super fights, man. And as of recent, I really feel like that we've became in love, or we fell in love with the perfect record, the non-blemished record. So much so that nobody wants to fight each other. Nobody wants to get in the ring and put it on the line and go best on best, mano y mano. And I borderline blame Money May for this attitude. Right, he created a pay-per-view vacuum, so you got to give this man credit for that. And he also created this perfect image, right, of a perfect fighter. And honestly, I really believe that he avoided a couple fighters in their prime to where there was no chance of knockout. And then he fought them later on. Now, let's not take this away from Mayweather. Let's not take it away from him. The man created a style of fighting and mastered it. He's a master of his craft, and defensively, he can make it to where you never even touch it while he puts his gloves on you. But it's all about points, right? It wasn't about fighting is about not getting hit, but it's also about hitting, and he did that, right? So you gotta give him credit for that. But I do believe that that perfect record and saying my record's unblemished became more important than actually fighting the fights or sidestepping. Now, enter this Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight, right? Ryan rolled the dice. He took a chance. You know what I mean? He's 24 years old. He stepped in front of Tank and he took a chance. He lost, man. I mean, it happens. But you know what? Tank took a chance too. Tank took a chance. He didn't sidestep him. He didn't, avoid him. He fought the person in front of him. He beat him. Now, guess what? That number next to his victories in between after that dash means something. It got a little bit more value to it now. I'm paying more attention to that zero because he didn't sidestep nobody. He definitely did what he should do. He took that chance. And I mean, my point is at this point, I think we need to see more of these super fights. There are so many fights out there to be had. And I mean, if we're trying to get that pay-per-view vacuum, you get the people what they want. I guarantee you're gonna see people show up to these events, and I guarantee you're gonna see some of the best fights that you've ever seen before in your whole entire life. I want to see Usyk versus Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? I want to see 6'3" versus 6'9". I want to see him get it in. I want to see what that's going to be like. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. That would be a good one, man. I mean, see them two hop in the ring with each other, see what they're going to do. That would be a great fight. Everybody's going to watch it. I will watch it. It's one of those things that we would want to see, man. And this is just in the heavyweight division, right? This is in the heavyweight division. We don't even want to talk about when we start getting to the other divisions here. At welterweight, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, the fight everyone wants to see. Stop with all the politics. Get in the ring. Don't dodge him. Hey, listen, whoever wins this fight rises to the upper echelon in boxing. You etch your name in the record books, bro. Understand me, man. Terrence, Errol, if you hear this, understand, you become immortalized. You win this fight. Your name automatically goes into the greatest of all time, the GOAT conversation, because you two are great. And it would be awesome to see you two go at it, man. I mean, definitely. We just saw Javante and Ryan go at it. That was a great fight. But what about this? And of course, Devin Haney's finna fight, and they're fighting for the title. That's a big fight, right? That is a really big fight. But say Devin Haney wins that. What about Devin Haney versus Shakur? What about Devin Haney versus Tank? What about Shakur versus Tank? Whew. I mean, think about it. These super fights, if they happen, man, if they happen and they got it in, or even Pitbull Cruz versus William Cepeda, great fight. I'm just saying, if we stop stepping away from these fights, if we literally gave ourselves the opportunity to go back and see boxing through those lenses. I mean, you guys, like I said, you may have not experienced, this may be your first super fight that you've ever saw, but man, there's a whole bunch more of these to be had. There's a whole bunch more super fights to be had. We just got to step out of the way. Take all the politics out of the way. Your fighter's gonna lose, right? You act. The best are gonna shine. The best are gonna come through and rise to the top. We all say that Muhammad Ali is the GOAT. He's the greatest. But guess what? Muhammad Ali got L's on his record. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't dodged nobody. And we say he fought in the era of the greats because he had, Foreman, he had Ken Norton, he had Frazier. All of these guys, there was a whole bunch of them. And then when you look at it, you had Sugar Ray Leonard, you had Hagler, you had Hearns, you had the Brand, you had, man, I'm telling you, those guys never sidestepped each other. They stepped in the ring and was like, yo, let's get it. And that's the thing I want to see more of. That's the thing I want to see more of. I would love to see more of these super fights and people not avoid each other and they get in the ring and let's get it on. It's your boy, man, Mod Moments. Make sure that you just rock in and lock in with us here at the Know It All channel, man. I appreciate you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.